XAMPP is the most popular software package which is used to set up a PHP development environment for web services by providing all the required software components. During the process of software deployment, most of the web servers use almost similar components, so use of XAMPP provides easy transition from local server to the live server. Other commonly known software package like XAMPP are WAMP, WAMP, LAMP, LAMP, and there are a few more others. Now the XAMPP server, which is used to test PHP pages, it works as a local server, which we are going to do it, and it contains a MySQL database to manage or save data on a local server. It is a beginner-friendly solution package for full-stack web development. It is an open-source software package which gives an easy installation experience. It also handles many administrative tasks like checking the status and security of the website. Now, a few of the software components of XAMPP. Apache plays the role of processing the HTTP request. It is the actual default web server application. MySQL, the role of database management system in XAMPP, is played by MySQL. It helps to store and manage collected data very efficiently. It is an open source and most popular. PHP is a server-side scripting language which stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. It is embedded with HTML code which interacts with the web server. It is an open source and works well with MySQL and has become a common choice for all the web developers. Now, Perl is the high-level programming language designed for text editing which serves purposes like web development and network programming. Now, we start to talk about how to install XAMPP on Windows. First of all, in the web browser, visit Apache Friends, which is right here. We are into Google and we are looking for XAMPP, and it shows us the first link as apachefriends.org. So we will go into that. So the first we can see here on the download section, which is XAMPP for Windows. We can click it here and it will take us to download success.html, and it started downloading it. So let us just keep the window open. So now we have already downloaded the software. Now we can just double click it to install. During the installation process, select the required components like MySQL, FileZilla FTP server, PHP, PHPMyAdmin, or leave the default option and click the next button. Choose the root directory path to set up the htdocs folder for our applications, for example C, XAMPP. Uncheck the learn more about Bitnami option and click next button. Click on next and then it start installing. After the installation process, click finish button of the XAMPP setup wizard. You can leave it checked. Do you want to start the control panel now so that we can directly look at the dashboard? You can click on the language and click save as English. So now we are on the XAMPP control panel and we can see it clearly right here. To start Apache and MySQL, just click on the start button on the control panel. Now, making server request, open your web browser and check whether the XAMPP service has properly installed or not. Type in the URL. So let's just open a window and type in the URL http:// localhost and click enter. If you are able to see the default page for XAMPP, you have successfully installed your XAMPP server. Now we have XAMPP up and running. Let's set up WordPress by following the step below. Step 1 is download WordPress. Simply head over to WordPress official download site to get the latest version of WordPress. To download, just go to wordpress.org and then click on Get WordPress. Download WordPress, the latest version, which is 5.3.2 in this case. Okay, now WordPress has finished downloading. Let's just go to the folder. WordPress comes in zip format, so you first need to extract it. That should be fairly simple. So let's just extract the file. Copy the extracted folder to XAMPP htdocs. Since we are using Windows, copy the extracted folder to the location which we have already selected was C under C, XAMPP/htdocs. So now we have already copied the WordPress folder to the htdocs location. Now you can rename the folder such as the name of your website. For the demonstration purpose, we will name it test website. With XAMPP still running, open Google Chrome or any browser of your choice. Now you can simply go ahead and type localhost /test website and see whether it is working or not. Okay, once we are into the page, we can see the initial setup that we have to go through. So definitely first is English that we are choosing for our language. Let's just continue with the English. Now in the next screen, we can see that we need some information such as database before we begin installing all the required files. So you can click on Let's Go. It's not an issue right now. And then you have to input some of the information such as database name, the username which you will be logging into for your database, and then the password, the database host, and the table prefix. So let's just go ahead and create our first database. So here we have typed localhost /PHP myadmin. Now we'll simply click on a database. So under the database, we can type our name, the name which you can remember. In this case, we would be using the same name as WordPress folder. The name is same WordPress folder, which was test website. And now we have our database name, and simply go ahead and click on the create button. Now we have created our WordPress database. Now we can simply go ahead and back to the same window and enter the name which was test website. So let's just type that. So enter the created database name, database username as well, and also password. Username as root, and then password by default, let's just put it blank right now. And then in the database host, put localhost in the host name. Table prefix is something that enables you to use one database for multiple websites. We don't need any of these right now, so leave as it is and click on submit button. And click run the installation. And finally enter a site title, and then you can also set your username and password over here, put in your email address, and install the WordPress. So this is our final setup. So let's just provide a site title as the name of the website, which was test website. Okay, now the password that you can see over here is auto-generated password. We can just click copy and then paste it somewhere. So our username right now is test website, and the password over here, which is copied. And now you can use your email address, whichever email address you want to, in case of any notifications that you want to get for this website. It will come to your email address provided. So let's just provide trilogydigitalmedia@gmail.com. Now in search engine visibility, since we are working on the local host, we probably do not need to click on this, because search engine visibility is something that you don't want search engine to crawl your website. So in our case, we don't want to discourage the search engine, because once the website goes live, we want the search engine to definitely index our content. So right now we have our site title as test website, our username is test website, and our password is auto-generated. So click on install WordPress is the final step. So after the installation, you can just log in to the WordPress site. Just log in, and now you have the username and the password field that you won't need to input. So once you have entered the password and the username, you just simply click on login. So this is the dashboard of your whole website. And also you can see that there are some widgets available in the left hand side. So you can simply create posts and create pages for that matter, and we'll dive into that in our later chapter. So we have successfully installed our XAMPP folder.